Coronavirus vaccine strategy for rollout is pathetic, says Kofod. Sign up for now and never miss the top politics stories again. Subscribe. When you subscribe, we will use the information you provide to send you these newsletters. Sometimes they'll include recommendations for other related newsletters or services. Our privacy notice explains more about how we use your data and your rights. You can unsubscribe at any. Denmark could hold a breakaway vote by as early as 2026, an MEP has predicted, as his country watched Britain's progress closely. MEP Peter Kofod told Express.co.uk his party's quest to free Denmark from the EU's shackles will be very dependent on the UK's progress outside. He said, "One day Parliament is going to have to make a decision about having a referendum, and then we will have to win the referendum. It will be in a few years. In my opinion, it might be in 5 years. Denmark is a very small country, so we are 0% dependent on other countries' success outside the European Union. So what we're doing right now is we're following Brexit very closely to see what is going on with Great Britain. And, on the other hand, we're also following the development in the European. So if Denmark one day leaves the Union, which I believe will happen, we will have to see what we can learn from Brexit, since we're not a big country and we don't have an economy of the scale of Great Britain. We will have to have strong friends everywhere." Commenting on the Brexit withdrawal agreement signed by Britain and the EU in December last year, he added, "The UK got a super deal. Oh really? We're trending in the end that Brexiteers won. When I look at that deal, basically all that the Remainers said you couldn't get, you got. So if I were British, I would be very satisfied with that." Speaking ahead of the European Parliament's approval of the EU's recovery fund last week, Mr. Kofod delivered a brutal slapdown of the bloc's latest failures with the procurement of coronavirus vaccines. Mr. Kofod blasted the European Commission's relentless attempts to transform the European Union into a federal bloc, as he argued more Europe is not the solution to a crumble. He told MEPs, "We've seen very clearly that if the European Union isn't working, then we need more of the European Union. If the construction isn't working, we have to rebuild it. If the EU train is derailed, we have to stock more coal." That seems to be the doctrine of the EU, which is to preach more and more EU in these empty speeches about solidarity. Here we're talking about a package for hundreds of billions of euros. Half of this money is meant to go to the south of Europe. It is an astronomical figure where countries, where things are meant to work, are paying for these countries in which things work. It's a project that appears to be going in a single direction: the federal states of the European Union. Harmonization of policies and people who are fleeing to Southeast Europe. And yet, who is going to pay for the debt of the European Union? Do we have to have this crisis for Corona to fulfill these dreams of a federal EU? He continued, "And if you are against these funds, we're told that we don't show solidarity, but those of you who play into this lie, I have to say, that it's not a question of showing solidarity. Those countries who reform their economies, such as Denmark, shouldn't have to foot the bill for those countries who have been less diligent with their. It's not a question of showing solidarity. The Danes should not have to pay for more presents going to Southern Europe and Eastern Europe. It's not a question of lack of solidarity if you stand against the damage that is being done by the EU. Denmark should not be paying whatever the cost, and I'm going to stand against this until Denmark leaves the EU.